This is Felipe Osorio, and welcome to Second Earth Alternative. So in this episode, I wanted to talk about something that is actually very important for our culture. It's very, very important for unveiling the secrets that have kept this planet into a prison planet. It's a form of information that never, ever gets talked by the mainstream media.
I'm talking, of course, of YouTube conspiracy videos. Science fiction for people who don't understand they're watching science fiction.
So I'm going to be just straight with you guys. I have not posted a lot of videos recently, but that doesn't mean that not a lot has been happening in the world or even, with Second Earth itself. Recently, I've been going through some major transformative, basically just concepts that I've been thinking about my entire life that have been filling in like a jigsaw puzzle, finally starting to come to light. And I'm seeing this big picture that I would love to share with you guys and show you guys these amazing videos and amazing topics. So today, I wanted to start out with alien abductions. And I know we've talked about alien abductions before. We've done at least 5 different episodes on it. We haven't done it for a while though. And there's one particular alien abduction video that I watched recently that was kind of unnerving for me. Basically, the video was just filled with independent confirmations, because when I did my alien abduction video, I didn't do a lot of research prior to my video outside of the actual case studies that I got myself. So out of the 4 cases that I thought were really interesting in terms of credibility, in terms of the amount of evidence that was given and the amount of text and information that was given, those cases seem to have corresponded with each other. And we made many episodes about this. And the last episode was in February 21st. So what really struck me is that I saw this video that actually came out months and months later, July 31st, that, as I just explained, was filled with independent confirmations. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to showcase some of the earlier videos that were highlighting these alien abductions commonality, and I wanted to show it how it compares to this video that was published 3 months later. So let's take a look.
Alien abductions are an intriguing topic, but the very meaning of the word abduction implies that you are a victim, because what it means is that you're being taken by beings from another world, seemingly against your will, and you're being subjected to tests and procedures that you have not, in your awareness, given permission for.
It had me paralyzed, and I couldn't move as it pushed a rich tank-like tube on my right nostril. The pain was unreal, and I tried to move my head back away, but couldn't move. Dee says maybe 5 hours or so into my day, I'll get this intense headache, and right behind my right ear on my neck, just below my hairline, I'll have a small circular bump with a dot in the center, like I was stuck with a needle. The pain originated from the area. Now I hypothesized that I'm being injected to make me feel good. Then it wears off.
And in the community I was in, it was the activity, the UFO flap happened in a triangular area. And my house was right in the middle of that area where all the sightings were reported.
Now, very near to that exact location, there were several team guys that went missing and have never to this day been found. It's literally a 5-minute walk or so from where my brother and I experienced missing time.
How does he know my name? Then I look at his face, and my eyes, my mind, try to rearrange his features into human features.
And I was looking for a way to tell myself that I was dreaming so that I could try to take control of the situation.
As you feel like you're having another life that you're living, but you can't put your finger on it. You can't bring it to the surface. So the only way to access the memories is through hypnosis.
They allow me to remember, I assume, because then I remembered parts of earlier episodes.
He looks like, people want to know, he looks a lot like a Zeta. He's got the big eyes. He's about 4'9", 4'7", something like that. Long arms, skinny neck. I started to shake so bad, I locked the doors, rolled up the windows, put my arms across the steering wheel, and put my head down. And I expected to die because my heart was pounding so hard in my chest, I thought that it would kill me.
At this point, my heart felt like bursting through my chest. I thought I was yelling, but I'm sure I wasn't. "You're gonna kill me. Please stop. Go away." Then a voice in my head said, "We're not. You must go to sleep. Let us help you." I tried to move my head back away, but couldn't move. Then blacked out to find myself sitting up in the bed, looking at the bottom of the bed to a typical short gray and black tight suit and white skin. I thought I was gonna die. I mean, my heart was beating so hard in my chest, and I was looking for a way to tell myself that I was dreaming so that I could
reach across, and it reached over to this arm, and it wrapped its long fingers around the forearm of my right hand. As soon as they touched me, I was fine. Matter of fact, I got out of the car. I was pretty happy to stand there, and we stood by the side of the road talking and visiting.
They would subject me to cycles of pain and happiness. I felt such joy and ecstasy, and I mean complete happiness.
And I just want to stand and look at that ship, because every time I see one of their ships to this day, it just has a huge impact on me. I just want to stand there all day and just look at it.
Whether the phenomenon is man-made, alien, religious, or whatever, it's way more advanced than us. These objects I see, they seem to operate at a higher frame rate. To see something in the sky or even at 100 yards away and it to know exactly that moment that your eyes sees it is mind-blowing for me.
But there's a woman with them, and I'm thinking, oh, they have another woman, another human. She looked kind of human, but as I got closer to her, she looked familiar to me. And she was standing there, she was wearing a kind of a gauzy, kind of a beige dress thing. She looked sickly though. She had very thin hair, kind of straggly, and she had big almond-shaped eyes and pale skin. She's always there. Her name is Aurora.
So he writes here, her skin was pure white, like milky or egg white. Her eyes were clear white with a small black pupil that was quickly darting back and forth as she was looking me over from my feet to my head. The eyes were different from what I remember from the flashbacks I had in the 90s. In those, the female had solid black eyes. She was wearing a single-piece black jumpsuit, but around her waist she had a very shiny metallic silver or platinum cloth that dipped at her stomach, forming a V shape. I also noticed that she had a rounding of her hips with the neat appearance of her hair. I felt that was important. Saying that she was talking with this woman and she was claiming it wasn't a human one, but she seemed very motherly and loving towards me. She had white skin and large pretty eyes, and a couple of others about some sort of like life that I had lived with them. That's what they were telling me.
I wasn't a victim, I was a volunteer. That's a phrase that was coined by Dolores Cannon. They called it a participant in a program, but I liked volunteer better. So that's what I called myself. I'm a volunteer, and that's what many of us are. We came in waves, and we've had an impact because many, many more are going to be ascending with the planet.
So this abductee is basically talking about some kind of motherly, white-skinned, like big-eyed woman. And if you guys saw this movie in which Tyler from Secure Team had just posted, previewed, called Australian Skies, my God, guys, look, I had no idea about this movie. And when I saw it, I was like, holy crap. This is like exactly what the abductees that contacted me, which we were shooting this episode days before anything was ever previewed from the documentary, and the counts basically matched. I mean, the count of this new girl talking about, you know, having this motherly figure. I mean, that is exactly what that guy who in Australian Skies, who was taken through this hypnotic stage, that was exactly what he experienced.
My husband couldn't keep me safe, and it made him crazy. I was making him crazy because I was obsessed with it. I was showing him the bruises on my body. I was showing him the marks on me. We were seeing the places where the ship landed. And then the most horrific thing of all happened. We became aware that our daughter was being taken.
These days I'm watching my children go through it. Yes, it is bloodline. He also wanted to show us some of the hand marks that he's getting.
And he talked about the thing that they do with children, which they had done with me. They take you up above the planet. They show you the Earth. And then it's just shocking when all of a sudden the planet becomes just a ball of fire, or in my case, a tsunami hit the coast and the planet was just shrouded in black, smoky, dirty, gritty, filth, and it was gone in a matter of minutes. And I cried uncontrollably.
The ecological pyramid was fractured in 2 places, and the collapse was already in motion due to our pollution and us being poor stewards of this planet. And of an asteroid hit in the Atlantic Ocean, resulting in the deaths of billions in my lifetime. Crying into desperate. Okay, so in response to being asked about a possible asteroid strike that I asked him, as was mentioned by the first abductee, Abductee A, this is what he said. I have had a dream of palm-sized lava rocks raining down from the sky with nowhere else to hide for the people. Something is going to happen, but I'm just not sure exactly what. So, as you can see, the specificity that we are talking about goes beyond mere coincidence. So the way that I'm thinking is that you either have to assume that these individuals are all reading the exact same source of alien abduction and deciding to reenact a story of their own choosing, of their own individual taste, that just seems to match each other, and they do so in conferences like this, basically putting themselves in light and in public shame. I mean, this particular individual, she lost her husband and had apparently, according to her, if you believe her, attempted suicide.
My husband didn't want to talk about it anymore. He was gone. So I decided to kill myself.
So, for me, that's kind of a hard one to believe, that people would just publicly like to shame themselves. Let's be honest, alien abductions is one of the most taboo topics out there. The moment you say alien abductions, people are instantly making anal probe jokes.
You all awoke. Were you clothed?
I was wrapped in like a robe made out of warm, glowing energy.
Yeah, like a blanket made out of pure love.
Yeah, a little different for me. I had my shirt I came in with, but my pants were gone. So my coot was out.
Because I get phone calls every day from people who are having difficulties with aliens in their personal lives, and it's.
I'm sure people feel really distressed about that.
Well, and 8% of the public, according to one poll, is actually being abducted by them, hauled out of their bedrooms for experiments. Their moms. All right. So maybe it improves their social life. Who's to say?
Oh yeah, the aliens are gonna get you sexually. Like, come on, guys. Like, mature. Like, are you guys scientists? Are you guys people who can think, who can be open-minded? Because ridicule is, that is the hallmark of closed-mindedness. Let's be honest that there was a psychologist from Harvard, Dr. Mack, who nearly lost his career and was also ridiculed by his colleagues simply because he wanted to support this concept of alien abductions. So, that's why I wanted to show you this video, because I wanted you guys to make your own conclusions, look back on the videos that I made. That the latest one was February 21st. That this one came months and months later, July 31st. So why don't we do some comparison? And what do you guys think? I'm going to leave a question above. Do you believe alien abductions are real? It's an important topic, guys, because if alien abductions are real, we have to ask even deeper questions like, why are they here? What is their agenda? What is going to happen to planet Earth? We're going to have to continue this episode on a different topic on a different day. We have set up a Patreon accounts. I don't like to highlight it too much or advertise it too much, but I will mention it very quickly on this episode, patreon.com/secondearth. Once again, thank you so much for listening to this very important topic, and please stay tuned because there is way more to come. This is Felipe Osorio, signing out.
That this whole planet seemed to consist of fear. Everybody seemed to be afraid. And I hadn't noticed it before. And I thought, how is that possible? That I hadn't picked up on that before. I'd been blinded to it, just going along in my little life, accepting things, not questioning anything. I think as long as you don't question anything, you just don't see it.